Hi everyone, I've got a Ford Focus here. Just going to show you the location of the cabin filter, which is a pollen filter. That's the pollen filter there that needs to be replaced. Now the socket tools that you need, it's a 7mm socket, which is right there, as you can see, 7mm with a ratchet if you've got it, and or a spanner. And then you need a 13mm as well. So before you do anything, what you need to do is, that's the cabin filter right there. That's the cover for it. It's a 7mm socket. What you want to do is undo this screw here. Undo the screw here. Now that's the fuse box, so you got to be very careful when you remove it. And now if you see the lugs for the fuse box is right at the back there. So it's not in this section. It's right at the back ones. So you lift it up gently. You push it down first. You lift it up till one side comes out, then the other side comes out as well. So that's out. That's out as well. Right on the back, as you can see, there's a 13mm socket, 13mm nut right there. There's two. So one on the right hand side, one on the left side. You have to undo both of them to remove this bracket. Once you've removed this bracket, then you can get to the pollen filter. So I'm just gonna do that quickly. Right, okay, now that I've removed the screws, these 13mm nuts from the bracket, the only thing that's holding it is this little cable here. So all you're gonna need is a nose plier. That's only if you've got one. If you haven't, then unfortunately it's gonna be quite difficult to remove it unless you use a flat screwdriver and trying to yank it up but not break it. Okay, so let's get the bracket out and we'll be back. Right, now that I've got the 3 screws out, alright, so these are the three little screws here. Now what I need to do is remove the cover. So that's the cover that's removed. I've got the cover removed now. What we've got to do is take the pollen filter out from there. As you can see, it is really dirty. So I don't think anyone has ever replaced this one. So it must have been on there for quite a long time. I'm just going to remove it and show you what's the condition like. Right, I've got the cabin filter out. As you can see, there's an arrow sign, airflow sign pointing downwards. So this is how it was. So make sure it's pointing sort of forward when you do put it back in. That's the new pollen filter right there. So what we're going to do, you've got the arrow sign right there, can you see? So we're going to have to put it in just like this. Just the way it's arrow point facing forwards. And I'm going to fit this one in and we'll show you how to put everything back together as well. As you can see now there, I've put the pollen filter in there. All I'm going to do is put the cover back on and then screw it back together. So when the cover needs to go on like sort of this way, not the flat flush end. So it has to be the groove ends are going to be on the outside. So we're gonna put it back on. It's not the easiest job to do, so make sure whatever you do, you remember how you've taken it back out as well. Now as you can see, the cover's back on there. All I need to now do is screw it back in. Anyway, the screws are going back on as well. You see the top one, the top screw right there. Right, the top one, it's got a plastic sort of covered thing. Now that's, it usually drops when you undo that screw. So make sure you put it back the way it kind of sort of comes out. And then the second one is the one below that. And the third one is right at the bottom. So the third one is covered by the light. Right there. Now that this is done, we're going to have to put this bracket back on. Now the bracket would only go one way, so it's going to have to go in like this. So make sure these little sort of edges are pointing upwards. So when you put it in, just put it just straight in like that through the 2 little bolts right at the back sticking out. As you can see right there. So that's what you got to do. I'm going to just do that now for you. Right, now that the back screws are sort of, the back nuts are put on to the bracket, make sure there is no cable strap. I've even clipped that back in as well. All you got to do is, you see the top lug right there, right? So this first right hand side one would go in first, which is, you put it in at an angle. put it in, it's just working. Right, that's in. All you then do is get this other side gently pushed forward and then up. So it needs to kind of slot in. And then slot it up and screw it in. That's one screw. Okay, this is not going in. Let's try this one. That's in. Right, that's all done. Now, as you can see, everything is all back together. I haven't disturbed any wires. Make sure you don't do it as well. And if you did do anything with the wires, then you'll have a bit of a problem. Any more information, please do let us know. And I hope this video has helped you removing the cabin filter or finding the location for it as well. Thank you very much. Goodbye.